Take a very deep and steady breath with me and let us just be here in this moment. It is so good to have you here in our quiet space where the world cannot rush us or tell us what to do. I was sitting here thinking about how heavy the air feels sometimes when people start talking about money and the future. Everywhere we turn there is someone shouting about a new record high or a secret trick that only the wealthy know. It feels like being caught in a loud and crowded room where everyone is speaking a language we do not quite understand. But I want to tell you that you do not have to stay in that room and you do not have to feel small anymore. Money is actually a very quiet and simple thing when you look at it with a heart full of patience and grace. To me, managing our savings is just a way of being kind to our future selves and giving ourselves the room to breathe. It is about building a soft foundation so that when the world gets a bit messy, we have the strength to stay steady. I call this a gentle kind of wealth, because it is not about showing off or having the most expensive things in the city. It is about having that warm feeling in your heart that everything is going to be okay no matter what the headlines say. When I was starting out, I used to feel so much worry and even a bit of shame about not knowing all the big terms. I thought that the stock market was a place for geniuses or people who had more secrets than I could ever find. I would look at the flashing lights on the screen and feel like I was failing at the simple task of growing up. But then I realized that the people making the most noise are often the ones who are the most afraid and confused. They want us to feel overwhelmed so that we will follow them. But the truth is that you already have the wisdom you need. You have your own common sense, and you have your own rhythm, and you have the ability to care for your own life. Those are the only real ingredients you need to create a life that feels abundant and safe and very real. Think of your savings as a small garden that you are planting in a quiet corner of your backyard where the sun hits just right. At first, it just looks like brown earth and a few tiny green sprouts that do not seem to be doing much at all. You might see other people out there buying bright plastic flowers that look perfect today but will fade in a week. But your garden is real, and it is growing roots deep into the ground where nobody can see them or pull them away. As the years go by, those roots become so strong that even the biggest storm cannot move them from the earth. That is what we are doing when we choose to buy simple things and hold on to them with a steady and patient hand. We are letting time be our silent helper who does all the hard work while we go about the business of living well. I want to talk a little bit about the history of the world because sometimes looking back helps us feel more calm about today. People always point to the difficult years in the past, and they use those stories to make us feel like we are in danger. They say, look at how much was lost, and look at how quickly things fell apart for everyone who was not prepared. But if you look closer at those stories, you see that the people who were hurt the most were the ones who were in a rush. They were the ones using borrowed money to chase a dream that was moving far too fast to be true or lasting. They forgot that a tree needs many seasons to grow, and they tried to make a whole forest appear in a single afternoon. If you are a patient person who only uses the money you actually have, then a difficult market is just a rainy season. It might be a bit cold and the sky might be gray for a while, but the sun always comes back and the garden always grows. In fact, the rainy seasons are often when the most important growth happens because the soil gets exactly what it needs. So when you see the news saying that everything is changing, I want you to just smile and go make a warm cup of tea. You have your plan and you have your seeds, and you are not in a hurry to get anywhere other than where you are. The financial world loves to create very complicated products that have high fees and very long and fancy names. They do this because if things were too simple, they would not be able to charge you for their advice or their help. But the honest truth is that the simpler your plan is, the more likely it is to actually work and bring you joy. My own way of doing things is so simple that it almost sounds like a quiet story, but that is where my peace comes from. I buy a small piece of everything and I never let go, and I just keep adding a little bit more whenever I can. I do not try to guess who will be the winner next year, because I am already rooting for everyone to succeed. This takes away all the pressure of needing to be right, or needing to be a master of the universe. I am happy to be average for a long time, because in the world of money, being average and steady makes you very wealthy. It is the secret that nobody wants to tell you because it does not sell a lot of books or get millions of clicks. But I am telling you because I want you to have the same deep sleep at night that I have been able to find. I want you to look at your bank account and feel a sense of pride because you are being a good steward of your life. Every dollar you save is a little bit of energy that you are storing up for a day when you might want to rest. It is like a warm and soft blanket that you are knitting for yourself, one small stitch at a time. Sometimes it feels like you are not making any progress because the blanket is still very small and the room is cold. But if you keep knitting and you do not stop, then one day you will have something that keeps you warm for a lifetime. I also want to remind you that your value as a human being has nothing to do with the numbers on your screen. You are already whole and you are already worthy of all the love and respect in the world. exactly as you are. Money is just a guest in our lives, and we should never let it become the master of our house or our heart. We want to treat it well so it stays and helps us out, but we do not want to let it tell us who we are supposed to be. Some of the richest people I have ever met are also the most anxious because they are constantly afraid of losing it. They have all the gold in the world, but they do not have any of the quiet peace that we are building together. We are looking for the kind of wealth that lets us be generous and kind and fully present with the people we love. We want the kind of wealth that lets us say yes to a quiet walk or a simple gift without needing to check our phone. That is the true bottom line of a life that is lived with intention, and it is something that is available to everyone. I know that right now things might feel a bit tight for you, and you might wonder if you are ever going to do enough. Maybe you are working a job that feels heavy, or you are dealing with bills that seem to keep coming in the mail. I have been exactly where you are, and I know how lonely and how scary that feeling can be when you are alone. It feels like you are walking up a very steep hill with a heavy backpack and you cannot see the top yet. But I want you to know that I am walking right there beside you, and I believe in your strength so much. You do not have to reach the top of the hill today, or even this month, or even this year. You just have to take one small and steady step forward, and then take another one whenever you feel ready. Even the smallest amount of savings is a massive victory, because it means you are taking control of your own story. It means you are deciding that you deserve a future that is bright and full of all kinds of beautiful possibilities. I like to think of our financial journey as a long and slow walk through a very deep and beautiful forest. There will be times when the path is easy and the sun is shining through the leaves and everything feels perfect. And there will be times when the path is muddy and we might trip over a root and feel like turning back home. But the forest is still beautiful, even in the rain, and every step we take is teaching us something about ourselves. We are learning how to be resilient and how to be disciplined and how to trust in the slow process of time. These are the skills that will serve us for the rest of our lives long after we have reached our final goals. I want to talk to you about the importance of keeping things lean and making your life a bit more simple. We live in a world that is designed to make us want things we do not need with money we have not earned yet. It is a trap that is very easy to fall into because the advertisements are so beautiful and they promise so much happiness. They tell us that a new gadget or a new pair of shoes will finally make us feel like we truly belong. But we know deep down in our souls that those things only bring a very short burst of joy before they start to fade. True belonging and true happiness come from the connections we have and the peace we feel deep inside our hearts. When we choose to buy less, we are actually choosing to have so much more of the things that truly matter. More time and more focus and more room in our lives for the people who truly love us for who we are. This is a form of money management that is almost never discussed, but it is perhaps the most important one of all. By reducing what we think we need, we increase our freedom without needing to earn a single extra dollar today. It is like a wonderful shortcut to wealth that is available to every single person. Right this very second, I have found so much joy in living a simpler life and focusing on the small things that do not cost anything. A walk in the park, or a good book, or a long talk with a friend, are things that no market crash can ever take. When we base our happiness on these simple things, we become unbreakable and we become truly and deeply rich. I want to encourage you to look at your own life and see where you can make some space for yourself. Maybe it is a subscription you no longer use, or a habit of buying things when you feel a bit sad or lonely. Whatever it is, just try to be very gentle with yourself as you start to make these small changes. We are not looking for perfection, and we are not trying to live a life of suffering or being left out. We are just trying to clear away the clutter so that the beautiful things can finally be seen and enjoyed. It is like cleaning a window that has been dusty for a very long time in a house you just moved into. At first it is hard work, and you might feel a bit tired from the scrubbing and the effort, but then the light starts to come through and you can see the whole wide world waiting for you. On the other side, I am here to help you keep that window clean and to remind you of the view whenever you start to forget. We are in this together, and I am so grateful for the trust you put in me by being here today. It means the world to me that we can have these honest talks about the things that really matter in life. I do not want to be your teacher or your boss. I just want to be your friend who happens to know a bit about money. I want to share my mistakes with you so that you do not have to make them yourself as you go along. And I want to share my wins with you so that you can see what is truly possible for your own beautiful life. Let us keep moving forward with a soft heart and a steady mind through the days and weeks ahead. We do not need to be afraid of the future because we are building it ourselves with every choice we make today. The world will keep spinning and the markets will keep moving up and down, but we will be perfectly okay. We have our roots and we have our plan and we have each other to lean on when things get loud. I want you to go through the rest of your day feeling a sense of quiet and steady confidence. You are doing a great job, and you are exactly where you need to be in your own timeline. Be kind to yourself and be patient with your progress, because all good things take time to grow. I will be right here waiting for you next time we meet in this quiet and gentle space. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being the wonderful person that you are. It really is a beautiful thing to see someone taking care of their life with such tenderness and care. Take care of your heart and take care of your dreams, and I will see you very soon. I promise that as we keep talking, everything will start to feel a lot more simple and clear. The heavy weight will start to lift, and you will find that you have so much more inner strength than you realized. It is already there inside of you, just waiting for you to notice it and let it shine. Just keep breathing and keep moving and stay soft in a world that is often very hard. The world needs more people who are living from a place of peace and clarity and kindness, and I am so happy that you are one of those people who is choosing a better path. Everything is going to be just fine for us as we walk this road together. Really it is. Bye for now, my dear friend. Stay grounded and keep your heart open to the beauty of a slow and steady life. See you in the next one very soon. Take good care of yourself because you are worth it. You deserve all the peace and all the abundance in the world. It is such a blessing to share this path with you and to see you grow. I feel the warmth of our connection even through the screen, and it makes me smile. Let us keep this fire burning together through the long nights and the bright days. The quiet wealth we are building is the most real thing there is in this life. I am sending you so much love and steady energy to help you on your way. Rest well and live well, and know that you are never alone in this journey. Your life is a masterpiece in the making, and every choice is a brushstroke. I am so proud of you for choosing this path of stillness and wisdom. It is the path that leads to true freedom and a heart that is always at home. See you soon, and remember to be your own best friend today. Bye. Please remember that you do not have to do everything at once to be successful. If all you did today was listen to this and feel a bit better, then that is a huge win for us. Progress is not always a straight line, and some days are just about being still and resting. Be as gentle with yourself on the bad days as you are on the good days. Your future self is already thanking you for being so thoughtful and so kind right now. I can see you reaching your goals and living the life of your dreams with ease. It is not a matter of if it will happen, but a matter of when the timing is right. And while we wait for that, when we will enjoy the beautiful moments of the now, we will find the magic in the everyday things and the joy in our simple breaths. This is the true art of living and the true secret to having a wealth that never fades. I am so glad we found each other in this big and busy world. See you very soon for another talk. Take care of your soul. Bye. As we sit here a little longer, let us think about the people who came before us. They faced their own storms and their own fears, and they found a way through it all. We have their strength in our blood and their wisdom in our history to guide us. We are not the first ones to worry about the future, but we can be the ones who choose peace. We can choose to be the generation that finds stillness instead of panic when things change. We can choose to be the ones who value silence over noise and substance over shadows. This is a revolutionary way to live in a world that is addicted to chaos and speed. By being calm, you are actually changing the world around you in a very positive way. People will see your steady energy and they will wonder where it comes from. And you can tell them that it comes from a place of simple truth and long-term thinking. It comes from knowing that you are enough and that you have enough to be happy. This is the greatest gift we can give to our communities and to our families. A person who is financially at peace is a person who can truly help others in need. You become a lighthouse in the dark for everyone who is still lost at sea, and that is a very beautiful and noble thing to be for the world. So as you go out into the world today, keep that light shining brightly in your heart. Do not let anyone blow it out with their fear or their greed or their hurry. It is your light and it is your peace and it is yours to keep forever. I am so honored to be a part of your journey, and I take that responsibility very seriously. I will always be honest with you, and I will always lead you back to the quiet path. There are no shortcuts to a life of meaning, but the long road is where the views are best, and I promise you that the view from where you are going is going to be breathtaking. So just keep walking and keep trusting and keep being your wonderful self. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should in the grand scheme of things. It is a slow and beautiful dance, and you are doing it perfectly right now. I will be here to catch you if you stumble and to cheer for you when you fly high. Let us meet again soon and talk more about this wonderful life we are building together. Until then, take the best care of yourself and those around you. You are truly special and you are so loved by so many. Bye. And one last thing to hold on to as you leave this space today. The best investment you can ever make is not in a stock or a house, but in yourself. Invest in your health and your mind and your spirit every single day. Those are the things that will pay the biggest dividends for the rest of your life. Everything else is just extra, and it will come in its own time. You are the core of your wealth, and you are doing a great job of taking care of that core. Keep learning and keep growing and keep being curious about the world. The world is full of wonders if we only have the eyes to see them clearly. And I think your eyes are starting to see them very clearly. Now, I am so happy for you and for the path you are on. See you next time for more quiet wisdom. Bye. It is so peaceful here when we talk like this. It reminds me that we are more than our bank accounts. We are the laughter we share and the kindness we give. We are the quiet moments of reflection and the bold steps toward our truth. As you move through your week, keep this feeling of stability with you. When you see a price tag or a bill, remember that it does not define you. You are the one who gives value to the money, not the other way around. Your choices are the tools you use to build a life of meaning. So choose with love, and choose with clarity, and choose with a view of the long run. Every small saving is a seed of freedom. Every moment of restraint is a moment of power. You are becoming the master of your own destiny, and that is the most exciting thing in the world. I am so grateful to be witnessing your transformation. It inspires me to keep going on my own path as well. We are lifting each other up as we go. That is the power of a community like this. We share the burden and we share the joy, and we make the world a little softer for everyone else too. I hope you have a week that is full of small wonders and big peace. Take notice of the little things like the way the light hits the floor or the taste of your favorite food. These are the real riches of life, and they are available to you right now. Stay gentle and stay strong. I am right here with you. Always. See you soon. Bye.